Lindsay Ellis by The Other World According to Bob. That's what I'm calling this video, everyone. And you should know that. Because Lindsay Ellis reminds us of a simpler time. A time when YouTubers were a dime a dozen. Comic book Blue Goblin still did comic books. And G4 was good. And dreams were ahead of you. And that's the world we open on in the beginning of Axiom's end. If you didn't live through that world, well, it gives you a nice, firm glimpse of what time was truly like. Through the main character, Cora, which I've heard is an autobiographical about Lindsay, but I could totally see it being Lindsay. There was a lot of heart put into Cora, even if she isn't supposed to be an author insert. You can sense the heart seeping through all of this book. The heart and blood is what keeps you going, you know? It's what makes you want to read to find out what's going to happen next. But I'm still not sure I want to read the second one. I'll get to that at the end of the video. So, what from what I did read, I enjoyed it because it was like if there was a genuine alien invasion in the Bush administration. I don't mean on the Bush administration. Her father was a realistic character, a whistleblower. I mean, he was the kind of person that had some kind of moral code. You find out who's leaking him all this information toward the end. But needless to say, Nils does have some kind of moral code, which begs the question, why did he leave Cora's mother? Was the marriage really that bad? I don't know. But I bet you Lindsay has it stashed away somewhere. A prequel or something like that. Something to that effect. If I had the very beginning of this book felt like Transformers, and the end of this book felt like Twilight. with Ampersand, the alien that landed, taking the place of Edward Cullen. Instead of it being a vampire, it was kind of like a Unimind type deal from the Eternals, which I don't know. I like that concept, but I don't like that concept because you find out why Nils, well, it's implied at the end, why Nils wanted to contact our main heroine, Cora. I'm trying really hard not to spoil this book, but I kind of feel I have to proceed any further, other than saying it was a good book. You should read it. Do I think it's a classic like Peter Pan? No, but it's for what it is, a start of a series. It's very good. It's I'd put this against the first Transformers any day. Hey Annie. Um the that's it. The the honest truth is there was more character development here than there was with Sam Wiki at the beginning. And Ampersand to me looked like this. I don't know if you guys remember this, but the one episode of Teen Titans where Robin has to go to prom and the girlfriend's Killer Moth's daughter was normal, but her boyfriend looked like a giant spider. Anyway, that was what I pictured when I pictured Ampersand. It wasn't until the end that Lindsay starts drawing comparisons to dragons, which I don't know. I could see that too, but at the same time, in my mind, they were just giant spiders with legs, and that was the thing. It was very descriptive, very enjoyable in that way, but like I said, it just felt when you get to that end, the twist was really good, but felt like you were reading Twilight. If I had a girlfriend, I would read this with her. I wouldn't read it. We would probably do it same way I did it, chapter a night, that sort of deal. Lindsay Ellis, we miss you. But if you don't, and before I sign off, if you don't like sappy endings, if you're in it till the point where Cora wakes up in a hospital, which I don't know why you'd stop reading it at that point, because her family gets back from being abducted by the evil organization. And um everything almost works out. But if you're into it up till that point, you're just in it to find out about the big action set piece, and you're not in it for like, oh, she loves him, he loves her endings. You might not want to read this book to begin with, but if you're a normal person, absolutely, absolutely read this book. I'm curious to see where they're going with it, but like I said, I kind of didn't like that rug pull at the end. I'm, I'm reading it for the same reason. I'm if I do that is if I do read the second one, I'm reading it for the same reason I would read Miracle Man, because they have essentially the same problem, where Miracle Man achieves peace and and everybody's peaceful, and you'd think there'd be no problems. Just like in this book, that same Bush administration that I mentioned earlier in the video finds out there are aliens, and it's how they deal with that. How they deal with the fact that they are not alone in the world would be why I'm picking up the second one. I know that whatever it is, however she connected the two books, she's only made two, which I can't see, because this had big enough implications that she could have went on for at least another 5 books. She could have been like, and the Stonehenge monster comes down, and we find out one of the characters has a blind friend, and we find out one of them's evil. And let's see, what else happened in Gargoyles? Her her world is that developed though, Mom. That it was like reading that. You know, it was like, I'm a big fan of Gargoyles, so that says a lot. and they could have had like or other organizations find out about them just like they did in Gargoyles. Where yeah. I'd like to see this as a movie. And not like a Cloverfield cheaply made movie either. I want a big budget Transformers movie. Show them how to do it right. Don't I don't want just plastic things on their heads to represent ampersand. I want him to actually be a. I want like um the Dark Crystal animatrons running around. Especially the big boss at the end. He would be cool to see live action. It would, yeah. It would probably be too expensive, and that would probably be all your money right there. But I think that would be something I would enjoy to see. Um, they taught me a couple new words that I'd like to use in my own writings. It was just shit that would totally make sense when you're thinking about it, like how the aliens experience time different. I don't want to embarrass myself any further, but yeah, it was one of those books. So with that, I know I already said my little sign off piece, but I really do miss the era of Lindsay Ellis and Blue Goblin and Decompose and all them guys. I've been Bob. This has been The Other World according to Bob. If you made it this far into the thing, and don't see why you wouldn't enjoy my content, like, please, like, comment, subscribe. Tell me if I should do the next book. If I should, if you think this would be enjoyable enough to actually look into. Peace. Hope I didn't give all of it away. Hi, everyone. Future Bob here. I know I already said, but I know I already said my piece, but what I feel remiss in pointing out, remiss if I, God, I can't talk today. What I'd feel remiss if I didn't point out was that Bush resigned in that world because of this whole alien scandal. And what I was talking about earlier in the video was like, what if she did third book closer to present time with QAnoners, and that was the racist group I was talking about. That I think would be entertaining to see. But if I didn't point that out, um, you could easily say, "What's he talking about?" But um, yeah, I'd love to see what the conspiracy theories are in that world. They did have something called the Broken Circle in the story of Axiom's End. Broken Circle weren't evil, just like some of the government wasn't evil. And I'm sure that the author wasn't saying all of the government is evil because it's not right good. I don't think. Granted, I just know her from YouTube. She's never given me the impression that she's like burn down everything. No, she's like, we need change and we need mild change now. Nah, it's not burn down everything. It's more like think about what you're saying. So um that's why I said the organization, not the government. Although it was technically the government when you read this book. It's especially the twist at the end. I doubt that it shows there were good people in the government. Um, I realize my little addendum here makes no sense if you haven't read the book. I was I was really amazed how much it was kind of like Transformers, seeing how that is one of her big review series. The whole play, very enjoyable. But Ampersand was very much Optimus Prime, and the book very much had its own Megatron, and its villain. Like I said, I I I would have blown all the money right there trying to get it to come to life. Um, if you're new, I hope you enjoyed the video. This has been Bob from the other world according to Bob. Now back to your regularly scheduled me. Wasn't that a great video? Book review? Comic book review? What it is? I don't know. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. Um, and I've been Bob. And once again, stay safe. Bob.